Yo, is anybody on? Is anything working? Let me know. Yo, Will Risher, what's up? Waylon Haynes, what's up? Brett Lanier, man, how you been, dude? Nobody over here has said anything on the Instagrams.
Are you there?
Can you hear it?
I haven't turned my phone off yet.
Right, so as I said in my post today, it's only my second one, so I'm most likely gonna screw it up. And guess what? I was right. Let me see if I can turn this camera a little bit where I can be here. Hey! Well, that's a little bit ridiculous. Blake Wally Harris, what's up, man? I don't think it's weird that you're here. I think it's wonderful that you're here. I don't understand why my audio mixer just jacked up. Can y'all hear me playing and talking? They sound about the same. I miss you, Wally. Like, for real. But we're both home right now, and we'll be through May. So we should be able to hang out. You see it. Awesome, Steve. What about, can you hear it? Word. All right. Well, guess we'll jump right to it. So if y'all saw me, or any of my posts, I did that in the post too. I was doing a bunch of double stop stuff. Does anybody know what a double stop is? Like, what does a double stop mean? Can you tell me? Roll Tide, get out of here, bro. We don't need none of that. Matthew Taylor, I appreciate the support. I don't need any tides rolling. Well, I don't see any comments coming through talking about the double stops. So, I'm going to just tell you. A double stop on guitar is two notes played at the same time. That's all it is. And there's all kinds of different versions of them. You can do them in thirds. You can do them in sixths. And, or in fifths. There's all kinds of different, that was one that I was doing in the post today that I was doing in A, right? that stuff was double stops. And I was talking on a lesson, the reason I kind of started talking about this and wanted to do it on the live was I was talking about how we normally we learn all these like concepts on guitar, like arpeggios. That's an arpeggio, but am I ever going to play that just as an arpeggio in a song? Like, most likely no. Probably not. So, how am I going to use that? Well, I'm going to use that to get somewhere, you know? So the cage system, it goes... Am I going to play that in a song like that? Nope, sure ain't. But I can use my arpeggios to move from each caged grouping, right? So you have to have all of your shapes, right? And then you... So I've used my arpeggio to jump, right? And then once you get to your little area, you can use your arpeggios in thirds and then add some fourths, fifths, thirds to move to all of them. So everything ties together really well, and that's how everything becomes useful. So double stops, there's a bunch of different forms of them, and they really flow in shape groupings. Again, I'm a shapes guy. I'm a Neanderthal of sorts, you know? So if we're in D, right, there's your D chord. You could play a D major scale if you were to do it on one string. The formula for a major scale, I don't know if any of you guys know this or not, but it's 2.5, 3.5. So there's your starting note, whole step, half. That's 2.5. Whole step, whole step, half. 3.5. 2.5, 3.5. Okay? So now we take this shape, and then your second shape is this shape. And we're gonna go follow that same scale, 2 of those, 2 of that shape, 2 of that shape, and you're back to the top. That same thing, if we're in G, works there. In this particular one, you have this shape and this shape. Okay, so you're kind of diagonal fret 3 and 4. Here, you're straight up and down, both on fret 5, right? So you have this shape and this shape. You start here in G, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and that one. Is that making sense? So double stops, you can take that whole thing and go across strings. When you get up to the A and G string, we'll go down to A because it makes more sense. That's where that lick, or one of those posts that I made in the past couple days. Can't remember what's what. Now when you get up here, because of the intervals of the strings, you're in this shape, which is skipping a fret diagonal, and adjacent fret diagonal. Those are your 2 shapes. So you start with this shape, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and you're back to 1. So when you're putting together licks and stuff, it's fun to throw in double stops. And then the pedal steel bends within them. Triple stops with pedal steel bend. can mess with intervals within double stop. So there was another double stop. And now I've moved it. And it's not just country stuff. A lot of, depending on what pickup I select on a guitar, it kind of makes me play different genres. If I'm ever on a bridge pickup, that's normally my country pickup. If I go to the middle pickup, it's normally a funkier rhythm thing that I'll do. All those are double stops that I'm doing in a rhythm. Now this is all left hand techniques that we're talking about now. Well, let me keep going with that idea. So now front pickup, that's normally where I'll go into blues stuff. Stops there too. So it's not just a one genre thing. You don't have to just be a country player to be doing double stops. They're useful in every single genre. And while we were talking about that, I had the thought, I'm going to move over this way so you can see my right hand and back up. There's also all the techniques of this side. You have alternate picking. Which any of the guys on here now that do lessons with me or have come to camps or done stay-in plays or any of the stuff that I do, they will all tell you that I am a right-hand stickler, because that's my belief is if you're having a problem on guitar, it's over here 90% of the time, not over here. So alternate picking, very, very important. Then you also have hybrid picking going on. Which was what I was talking about in that lick that I posted whatever day that was, and then I posted a teaching video whatever day that was too. My life is moving real fast these days, and I can't really keep up. All right, I'm gonna push pause on this and come check in. What's up? My right hand picking, that's what I was just talking about, Rodney. Thanks for the thumbs up after I accidentally answered your question. Hey, Jamie Franks is in here, man. How's that leg doing? I wish there was a way for you to show you right now, so I could see that beautiful tattoo that you just got. Talking about a master giving a ride or something. Whoa! One of the amazing teachers at Berkeley is on here right now. I was just talking about funk rhythm guitar, and you're one of the best ones I know. Anyhow, it's good to see you on here, man. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. For those of us that don't know, Will says this guy is the real deal. Who? I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I'm just kidding, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I used to not be a teacher. I used to couldn't do it for real. I tried. I tried to. I tried to work for the guy that taught me to play, Marlon Rudd, here in Springfield, Tennessee. And when I was teaching for him, I just couldn't handle it. I didn't have the patience, I guess. And I would come out. That was one time I told a mom after her son was not doing very well in lessons, and I came out and was like, "Ma'am, you're gonna need to buy this kid a football or baseball bat or something, because he is not cutting it on guitar, and I wouldn't bank on him ever figuring it out." And now I fell in love with teaching. It's become a huge passion of mine, and yeah, I'm just I just want to help people if I know something that they haven't figured out yet. The one time I was looking at Marquetta's, does the monthly, weekly Zoom lessons recorded? Do we watch them again? Yeah, when we were doing the Zoom lessons, I emailed them. I email you the recording after we get done doing the lesson, and you have to download them though, because I give a lot of lessons, and so my Google Cloud fills up real fast, and I have to delete it. Hey, Annabella McNeil, how you doing? That's my little niece. She's a superstar. I can't wait to see all that she do. How old is too old? 0. That don't happen. Only thing about that old saying that says, can't teach an old dog new tricks or any of those. Choose your pick your choose, whatever, however that goes. To me, it's very untrue. What it should be is you have to get an old dog to sit down and do the work. Because you can learn the tricks. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You just put the time in. I actually have a student of mine in the cave right now that just drove all the way from Texas, and he'll tell you the same thing. He has sat down and put in the time. Here he comes. I knew I'd coax him in here. Sorry, you gotta move that chair out of the way because I didn't think about it in time.
That's okay.
Mike Beatty, everyone.
Here I am. Hey, everybody.
He'll tell you.
Old dog, new tricks.
Yep.
Yeah, if you put the work in, you can learn all the new tricks you want.
That's right.
Old dogs are lazy.
that was what I wasn't gonna say it like that. I'm
old
glad
dogs
you did.
Old dogs are lazy, and
Yeah.
and I found after retirement, I had more time, and what I wanted to do is learn as much as I could. And this guy's the best. He's a beast. He's very patient. He's not mean.
I mean,
well, you can be, but
depends on if you practice that week or not.
But Bart is very giving. Highly recommend a camp or a play and stay or taking lessons with him. He's just been fantastic. Even my wife says I sound better on guitar. That's a huge thing. She actually likes to listen to me play. So, but anyways.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. All right, back to it.
Matthew Taylor, bro, I want to grow up and be like you. You don't need to grow up and be like me. It's a bummer. Yeah, me too, Rodney. Rodney's doing a stay and play in September. And Bradley, we've been talking about him and Sonny. That's two, I know them from being Hank fans, and met them at shows and whatnot. And they are coming as a duo to do a stay and play. We've been talking about it for well over a year. I might even be 2. It's pushing 2 years now. And we finally locked down a date today, this morning. They're coming in December. Hopefully that weather gonna play out right. Tom Sylvester's listening while he's driving. You want to talk about a generous, giving dude? Tom Sylvester. He is one of the most wonderful humans that you will ever meet. Who all's on here? Where are y'all from? Anybody? Everybody? Except for the ones that I know, Slim Sun Hat Company. I feel like we need to talk. Dylan B. Reed. He's out in Oklahoma, being a rock star. Super proud of that dude. If you don't know him, you ought to. You do live in my house. Actually, you live in my cave. My man cave. This is up here where we do this. And where we do the camps. Where I do my lessons and sessions. I just did a recording session for my little sister Jen Bostic this morning. Baldwin Trading Company. Trading Post, sorry. In Georgia, yeah, you are. Hey, y'all should meet Matthew Taylor. This is fun. Doing live intros. Matthew Taylor, you need to look up the Baldwin Trading Post. They are amazing. I just got a while ago, got my scope that they sent me to put on my rifle. And another extremely generous and fun guy. Met him at Jamie shows. He's a friend of Cody Lepo, who lives right down the street, who is the drummer for Jamie Johnson. It's like a big happy family out here. Marquetta, yeah. You're in Oklahoma too. Moochie. Man, I wrote so many songs with that dude and did even more dumb stuff with that dude. Mohawk, New York. We wrote this one. We wrote this one. If any of y'all have ever listened to any of my records. If you haven't, I have records. And I think I'm going to be doing another one this year, which is super duper duper exciting. With some heroes of mine who have become friends, which is still baffling to me, but I'm grateful. That's a cool little California country thing there. If you do get into the double stops thing, that thing, it's really hard to pull off in tune because your G string's got to go up a whole step, and then the E string just goes up a half step. But if you do it really fast, it's all good. But that bend, that's a super like Dwight Yoakam-y lick. Oh, I get it. Matthew Taylor's trying to blame Tater for getting on his computer. Bro, don't lie. SRV, boy, Rodney, you're ate up with SRV. Maybe as bad as me. No, definitely not as bad as me. Because I got one of these. That's my favorite photo. Let's see if we can get in the close-up one. It's my favorite photo, Stevie Ray Vaughan right there. And it's almost done being put on my arm. We still got to do the background. Before we do that, I should tune it up again because I guess the bending of the strings and the shaking of the tuchus is not doing too well for it. So give me just a second. There we go. Here's your little Stevie Ray Vaughan, a la Jimi Hendrix. Garrett Hill. All this time, I didn't know you have record. I like that you type like you're from Europe, speaking English. That's really fun, Garrett. All this time, I didn't know you have record. Oh yeah, Rodney Cole. That's enough of that. But I do love me some Stevie. And then there's like that's a good one too. Does that satisfy the urge, Rodney? Cowboy Eddie is my buddy. Love what you do, man. Appreciate that, Derek. I love Mr. Cowboy Eddie Long as well. I was actually he's one of the heroes that I was talking about that became my friend that hopefully will be playing on my next record this year. Putting it all out there. That way I have to be accountable. If I say I'm going to do it like this, then I really have to do it. The sky is crying. That was actually, that was my first Stevie song that I ever heard. That was the first song, when I was 13, y'all probably heard me say this if anybody knows who I am in here. My parents got me a radio when I was like 13 years old, and that was the first time that I had control of the dial. So I turned it on the local rock station that I'd seen bumper stickers of around Nashville. And it was 103 KDF at the time. And the first thing that came out the speakers was Stevie Ray Vaughan's Sky is Crying. And changed my life forever. And then from there, I started being a Stevieite, a Stevie disciple. And played a bunch of my own things. And then Reese Winans got in my band from Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. He joined the band and it's like Soul to Soul record. And then after he was playing with me for like probably 2 years or something, it was coming up on Stevie's anniversary of his death, and I was like, man, y'all should do like a reunion, get all the guys from Double Trouble, get Chris and Tommy and Reese together and do a tribute of some sort for Stevie, and they did it, and I got to be a part of it. Excuse me. And I got to meet Chris and Tommy and play with them, and I played my favorite Stevie song. Caught up in a whirlwind, can't get my breath. Knee deep in hot water, broke out in a cold sweat. You can't catch a turtle in this rat race. Feels like I'm losing time at a breakneck pace. Afraid of my own shadow in the mirrors of grin. Through eyes of love I see, I'm really looking at a friend. It was a whole lot of problems. It's the way life is, and my heart goes out to others that were there to make amends. And I was walking the tightrope, stepping on my friends. I walking the tightrope, it was a shame in the sand. Walking the tightrope between wrong and right. Walking the tightrope both day and night. Anyway, I got to play that one with them, and they are wonderful people. Maloney Canaan, what's up, Mel? Long time no see, even though you just live right down the hill. But life's been a lot for me, so I really haven't left my hill lately. Hope you're doing great. I'm sure you are. You and your wonderful hubby having all the fun. Steve Cheney, what's up, my brother? That is for real though, a brother of mine. Jack Pearson did one of the coolest versions of Sky is Crying I've ever heard. Man, anything that freaking Jack Pearson ever does is the coolest thing anybody's ever heard. I don't know if you know that or not, but if you don't know who Jack Pearson is, go look him up, because he's probably the best ever that's alive for sure. I'll put it to you this way. In 2010, when the flood happened here in Nashville, Tennessee, I was on, they did a, what do you call those things? Telethon? Is that what you call it? When they like raising money for flood victims and stuff in Nashville. I was on there because I was playing with a dude from American Idol named Bo Bice at the time. So we went on there, and we were meeting everybody. I met Kev Mo. I mean, everyone was there. Alison Krauss was there. Kev Mo was there. Vince Gill was he was running the show. And so I came in the room and was talking to somebody in the dark and didn't see who anybody was. And Vince walks up and says hello. And he's like, man, let me introduce you to my favorite guitar player, Jack Pearson. And that was how I met him. So if that tells you anything, Mr. Vince Gill told me that was his favorite guitar player. Anyway, if you play guitar and you like guitar players, go look up Jack Pearson. He's one of the best that ever was. Mr. Baldwin Trading Post. I think I'm just gonna call you that forever now. A loaded question. What is my favorite guitar and why? It's a confusing question. Technically. That's right, Moochie, tell him. Jack Pearson's what's up. Do you mean my favorite guitar that I have in my collection, or like in general favorite guitar, or like my favorite guitar player's guitar, or what? I'm assuming you're talking about my favorite guitar. The actual question would be acoustic or electric, because they're different. If we're talking electrics, I mean, I love my Lucky Dogs. This is one of my favorites. It looks like it would be very uncomfortable. It's not. It's extremely. It's really comfortable to hold and play. And I was just talking to Warren at the Government Mule Show the other night about how much we both love Firebirds, and it's because you have to fight them. And this is very Firebird-esque, as far as like the way it feels and the way you got to fight it, but it does so many extra things. Anyway, but you asked me my favorite guitar that I own, and technically I don't own it anymore, but it's still in my house, and it's right over here. It is a 1965 ES355 in cherry red. It used to be extremely beautiful. When I still think it is extremely beautiful, but what I mean is it was perfect. Like all that wear on the gold, and I wonder if I can get any of this to show up. All that pitted stuff on the gold and on the pickups, all of it worn off, and then the finish gone there in the corner. All that's from me. It used to be pristine when I bought it. And I bought it in an Arby's parking lot in Ohio. I was on the way from, I think, Minnesota or something like that, and headed to New Jersey. I was playing with Royal Southern Brotherhood at the time with Cyril Neville from the Neville Brothers and the Meters, and Devin Allman, Greg's son, and Jan Rico Scott, who I miss very much. He passed away a while ago. Anyway, we were on the way playing a show somewhere, and I found it online. It was actually on eBay, and he had it listed. That was a dream guitar of mine. And he had it listed for more than I could afford, and nobody bid on it, and it went off, and he put it back up for less, and nobody bid on it, and it went off, and he put it back up for even less, and I sent him a private message and like lowballed the daylights out of him. And he said, sure. And so I met him in an Ohio, Arby's parking lot in Ohio, paid him cash, took it on the road, and my plan was to take it home. What's up, Scott Nettles? My plan was to take it back to Nashville and sell it because I could have made a ton of money on it. And it would have worked out great, except for I screwed up and played it, and then it became my favorite guitar that I ever owned. That's the story on that. Thanks for asking, Mr. Baldwin's Trading Post. Thanks for the t-shirts and the scope and the good times. I hope I get to come down to your shop sometime. That'd be really fun. Anyway, thanks for the question. That was fun. Who else? Josh Merritt, Willie Biff up in the house. One of the best bass players. Mater. I wonder if he's gone already. It says there's only 3 people in here and like 5 people have joined since then. So, you know. Went to see you in Nashville a couple years ago. What is your most memorable story when playing live in Nashville? I would say this is my funniest, favorite being dumb story. I was playing at Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar one night, and that same night downtown at the arena was supposed to be do you have the time to listen to me whine? What's the name of that band?
Green Day.
Green Day, thanks. They were playing in town, and they had to cancel the show because Billy Joe, the singer, got sick. I didn't know that at the time. I found that out the next day. So while I was playing Bourbon Street, while they were supposed to be playing the arena, these 3 dudes come in the bar. And they're very rock and roll looking guys. And those were in my extremely heavy drinking days. So I didn't recognize them at all. I wasn't paying any attention. I was just playing and drinking and having a great time. And they, on the break that I took, they came up and asked me what I wanted to drink. And so we went to the bar. They bought me a drink. and we had a blast. I got back on stage. My cousin Teresa was there, and after they left and I was walking back up on the stage to play some more, she came over and was like, "Do you know who that was?" And I was like, "Nope, but they bought me a drink, so they're cool." She was like, "That was freaking Green Day." And so that's probably my most memorable story. Danny Frazier, what's going on, man? Killer guitar picker himself. Anywho, I really appreciate y'all showing up for these. Like I said in my post today, I will most likely screw these up until I get it figured out. But at the moment, it seems to be working. Seems to be not choppy like it was my first time. So I think I got that problem fixed. I got my multi-camera angles fixed. So, yeah, Jillian Chambers. Boy, I love you. I miss you. And I get to play with your daughter on the worship team for my daughter at church. How cool is that? I was just thinking about y'all today. So good to see your name pop up. Isaiah Lyon, one of the most killer drummers that I've played with. Dude, I can't wait to meet you, Danny Frazier, in person. I've been listening to you for a long time. Mr. Scotty Bratcher, my other little brother, is our live and in-betweeny person. So yeah, I hope I get to see you, meet you, play, jam, all that stuff. That'd be super fun. But anywho, thank you guys so much for showing up. And I would, Whiskey Rob Gallhofer, he asked where the whiskey at. The whiskey is in my past, my friend. Anywho, I appreciate y'all coming and supporting. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, got something out of it if you're a guitar player, or got something, had a laugh if you're not. And if you guys would just, share, post, tell everybody you know that I'm doing this, it would be great. Because I'm just trying to get the word out and help people along their guitar playing journey, whether it be on these lives or on posts or my YouTube channel or badassguitarschool.com, where I do lessons and the monthly library membership. Camps, all the camp dates are listed somewhere. I can't point when I look at the camera because it's all the wrong way. I'll get used to this, I promise. I will get it good. There was two of y'all, Marquetta and Danny Frazier, said "Whiskey in My Past" sounds like a good song title. Might use that on my record that I'm gonna do this year. That's a good idea, folks. All right, I owe you a video, bro. Oh, Leo Moranti, another stay-in-play / camper student in Texas. Good to see you, buddy. Hope everything's working out. All right. I guess I will see y'all next Wednesday. I'll try to be way more on time and figure all this stuff out. But for now, I reckon I'll see y'all later.